Yep. Joined by Elon, head coach Matt Matheny to his left is Austin Hamilton, Elijah Bryant to the far left. We'll start with opening statement from Coach Matheny on the win and then open up for some questions.
You guys are going to have more fun talking to these guys. They're tough as nails. And we're thrilled to be able to advance. We've had now 3 games with Towson this season, and all 3 have been tight. They got the better of us in the 2 regular season games, and a big factor is the fact that they rebound the ball so aggressively, particularly on the offensive glass. And I thought we were playing pretty well in the first half. I thought we got some really good looks. I thought we were making shots, particularly the first 10 or 12 minutes of the first half. And then they got 11 offensive rebounds. It really balanced it out. And, you know, the half ended with one that was should it go or should it not go on an offensive rebound. So we come back out in the second half and limited. They ended up with 15. So second half and in overtime they only got 4. I think that was the big difference in the game. But Towson's tough, and they fought us to the end. And I'm just really proud of the way our guys have gotten off the mat after a tough regular season. And they are fighting throughout the game now, and I'm just really proud of these guys.
If you'll raise your hands if you have questions, we'll bring the mic around.
Players first?
Yeah, players first would be great.
Austin, it looked like you had a great look at the end of regulation. You know, you dribble off the screen, it's there at the free throw line, and it just won't go down. What are you thinking as that rolls off, and then as you're heading to overtime and you got 5 more minutes to try to sort this thing out? What's the thought process there?
Next play. I mean, it didn't go in. You know, we wanted it to go in and, you know, avoid overtime, but, you know, that's just the way the ball, you know, falls sometimes. So, you know, just don't dwell on it and go on to the next play, and that's what we did.
Elijah, first tournament game, you know, rookie season. Any nerves before the game, and did it take a while to kind of get comfortable on the court?
I would definitely say there's a little bit of nerves coming out here to this big stadium, but going out, I tried to talk a lot during warm-ups and talk a lot to my guys just to calm me down, make me feel more like home.
And then also, you know, the award, you know, I'm sure you found out before the game. Distraction, or did that, you know, make the nerves a bit worse, or a confidence booster?
I just put the award, I put it all to my teammates, because without them, I couldn't have done it, so it was all my teammates.
In front.
Elijah, the bright light surely didn't bother you today. You had 14 in the first half, 21 in for the whole game. Tell us what kind of zone you in right now going into March Madness.
I just look to score and my teammates give me the ball. So when the clock's going down and they give me the ball, I'm looking for a good shot. So when I get it, I just take the shot, and my teammates have confidence in me, so it helps a lot.
Austin, you missed the shot that we spoke about earlier, but ultimately you win the game. So talk about the emotion that you have now that that moment is over and you ultimately won the game.
It feels good, you know. A lot of times, you know, when you miss a shot like that, players tend to, you know, put their head down and, you know, not worry about the bigger picture. And, you know, I'm a senior on this team. I'm a captain, and, you know, I can't put my head down. And, you know, these guys feed off my energy, and, you know, I was just trying to be the best captain out there, best leader I could be out there, and just forget about it and, you know, worry about what we got to do next.
Austin, Eli's downplaying it like he always does, but there were times tonight where he wanted it. You know, he had that takeover look. What did you see from him? And he was sticking some shots in some people's faces.
Yeah, Elijah's big time. You know, he wouldn't have got Rookie of the Year for no reason. You know, there's points in the game where, you know, you can see that look in his eyes where he's hungry for the ball, and you know, we got it to him, and you know, he made some big time shots.
Both of you guys, whoever wants to go first, your coach talked about a long season, a long, hard season. You guys grinded it out. Can you talk about the emotion of this win and how it complements the season?
Well, we go by the slogan called "Pound the Rock," and you know, basically what it means is, you know, throughout all the trials and tribulations, just to keep persevering. You know, we had some times where, we weren't playing well. But, if we stay together, if we stay as one and keep pounding the rock, then, eventually that rock will crack and, good times are ahead of us.
I would say, going off what Austin says, we pound the rock and we also try to focus on doing the little things. Even if we're not winning the game, it's going to build up and ultimately get us a win like this did.
During the regular season, 2 real close games. Even this one, even in overtime. What was the difference as players? What was y'all mentality going into the tournament when y'all knew y'all was matched up against Towson?
We knew they were going to play hard for 40 minutes. And we knew they were going to attack the offensive glass. So coming to this game, we just felt that if we can, try to contain them off the glass. We didn't do a good job of that the first half, but the second half, that's what we did, and we knew we'd have a better chance of winning if we kept them off the offensive glass.
Yeah, I would just say emphasizing on keeping them off the offensive glass.
Okay. Anything else for the players? One more? Okay.
The reward now is you get William and Mary tomorrow in 16 hours. I don't know how. What's the recovery going to be like? And you got to be ready to play pretty quickly here.
Hydration, we have a midnight rule where, you can, kind of enjoy the win. But at midnight, you got to refocus and, prepare with an edge and get ready for one of the best teams in the conference.
I would just say rest like he did. Just got to rest up and be ready tomorrow.
All right, last one for the players.
Last one, third time you met Towson since you're a senior. Does this feel like a rivalry?
I wouldn't say it's a rivalry. We both respect each other's programs, and we all fight against one another whenever we play. It can be a very emotional game at times, but I wouldn't call it a rivalry.
All right, questions for Coach Matheny? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Look for Chris. He'll take care of it.
Coach, if you could talk a little bit about your first season in the CAA. You mentioned the rough stretch, but you've really played well coming down the stretch. What's been your feeling, after one game into the tournament and down the stretch? What do you think of the CAA so far?
It's a great league. This is an awesome basketball league, and you can tell that from the minute we joined the league. You can feel it in the conference meetings. You can feel the desire and the administration of the CAA to be really good and I can only speak to men's basketball at what we're doing, and I think they do a great job of fostering relationships within the league. And then you get into conference play, and it's the craziest league I've ever seen. Imagine this, 4 teams tie for the conference title. I've never seen that. And every game seems to be close. Teams win on the road in this league, and then we get into the tournament. And this was a great game. I feel good about it because we were fortunate enough to get the victory. But it was back and forth. This was a March game. This was March Madness. It was close. It was back and forth. It was physical. It was tough. It was overtime. But we're thrilled to be in the CAA. And I got to tell you, Baltimore is a tremendous city. We got all the snow yesterday. And the way the city handled the snow, the streets are clean. Our fans drove up today. They had no trouble getting to the city. And just a beautiful, beautiful city. Great place to host a tournament. Thrilled to be here.
Coach, you talk about the offensive rebounds in the first half. What did you do differently in the second half to try to quell the boards?
It wasn't anything that we said, because we basically said box out. 5 guys box out. Towson is tremendous. The way they coach their guys to go to the glass, they do it, and they're productive with it. They don't just fly in. They fly in and get the ball, and they don't push off, and they jump over you. And so they were very successful in the first half with 11. They got 23 offensive rebounds against us at our place. So we just reaffirmed that at halftime. Guys, listen, not only do we want you to defend and contest their shots, but we got to figure out a way to box and try to move them out of the lane, to 5 guys box out, to guard, stick your nose in and get the rebounds that are bouncing around. And we were fortunate enough to do it in the second half and in overtime.
Coach, you surprised at all by your rookie's performance today, talking about Elijah?
You never know how anybody's going to react to the big stage. And a great question. I think you asked the question, was he nervous? I didn't see it. I didn't see nervousness. I think he feeds off his teammates. And I thought his answer was beautiful. When he talked about in warm-ups, he talked to his teammates, and that made him feel comfortable. And I think that goes hand in hand with Austin and Kevin, our leaders, and how they've created an environment of a family, and that helps you alleviate the stress. And I think Elijah relied on that. He was really, really good at times tonight. And, you know, Colin Luther, first conference tournament game, hit some big, big shots. And Dimitri Thompson did too. So we played, and Jack Anton, we played 4 freshmen, and I didn't see the nervousness. And I think the credit not only goes to them, but it goes to our leadership.
Matt, the snow cleanup aside in the streets, you've said for several weeks, toughness, resiliency, get off the mat. You've been pounding those words. I mean, this was what this was kind of about because of just the way Towson plays, right? I mean, you're not going to be able to box those guys out. You got to poke balls away and get in there and scrap. I mean, those words kind of were what some of this was about, I guess.
We went through a really tough stretch in the regular season. We faced all kinds of adversity. We had injuries. We had to change our lineup. We went to a small lineup, and through it all, our guys really stuck together. So as coaches, we felt pretty good that the fact that we can stay together through the losses and the adversity, we had a chance to get out of this hole. And our guys made a decision about 3 weeks ago that we wanted to make a statement with the time remaining in this season. And what they agreed upon was we wanted the statement to be about toughness, about resiliency, and about fighting. Sometimes I say fight for 40 minutes. And what we said after regulation was fight till the end. We had to go more than 40 minutes. And our guys are doing that. I mean, it's like I said before, it's not really what we're saying as coaches. It's our guys that have made this decision, and it's our guys that are playing with toughness, resiliency, and you know, till the end.
Coach, you guys shot the ball very efficiently from the three-point line. Guys like Elijah and Colin, like you touched on. Was that a strategy coming into the game?
We want to take shots that our guys can make, and we want to take the right shots. And I thought for the most part we took the right shots. Now we did run the shot clock down a few times and have to hoist a couple threes, but credit goes again to our players. They get in the gym, and Colin Luther, I think he had a tough stretch recently. You guys know better than me the numbers, but he's been in the gym before practice, in the gym after practice, getting extra shots. Elijah lives in the gym, extra shots. Austin Hamilton, extra shots. Those guys get extra shots, and they're rewarded with a good field goal percentage from 3. But the key, I think, was taking the right shots.
Coming down the stretch, Coach, it was a couple key possessions, and one of them was a 50-50 ball that Kevin Blake got the rebound. Coming down the stretch, when we was going in overtime, was that play drawn up for Austin to take the shot?
At the end of regulation?
At the end of regulation.
It was for Austin to make the decision. And I thought he got a good look. And you know what was great about that was he said next play, which I thought was beautiful. He missed that shot to win the game. He had a big shot in overtime. So he had amnesia about that shot. When he took that shot in overtime, he didn't think anything about the shot in regulation. And you're right, Kevin Blake had a huge offensive rebound. And, he's not playing at 100%. And for him to go up in a crowd, we call him the ultimate warrior. He's tough as nails.
Congratulations on the win. Welcome to Baltimore. You're losing a senior. Can you talk about the impact of losing him and how you guys are going to plan to fill that void?
You mean Ryan Winters? Is that what you're talking about?
I believe was Austin a senior?
Oh, you're talking about when the tournament's over?
Yeah. After the season, you're going to lose a senior.
Yeah,
so.
we don't want to lose any of them. We're applying for extra years for all of them. Yeah. It's not something we really think about, and I'm probably not at the right place mentally to answer that, but they have done a tremendous job this year.
Okay, so real quick, can you talk about his character and leadership?
Austin?
And talk about, yes,
Yeah.
and talk about
What a
the impact overall, as you already has alluded to, but could you just emphasize on that more? Unfortunately, you have to lose him, though.
He is a tremendous kid, and he's been through the battles in 4 years. He faced adversity early in his career. He's gotten hurt every which way you can get hurt, and he always smiles. Did you see him up here? What a beautiful smile he has, and what a great person that he is. And I love the fact that he's playing well. But what I love more than anything is when he brings the team together and we get our hands in together and we say family. See, that's all him. That's all the leadership that he's brought to this team. So if you guys get a chance, you see him in the hall, you need to talk to this guy. He's a great person. And if you got jobs available, you need to hire a guy like Austin Hamilton.
All right. Anything else? All right, one more.
What do you do tonight to recover and to just take us through some of the nuts and bolts other than eating your vitamins and getting yourself tucked in?
Well, it's tough turnaround, and William & Mary's very good. I mean, they earned it. They're the #1 seed, and they've earned it because of how good they are. So we'll focus on ourselves. We'll get them back to the hotel as soon as we can, and we'll get their feet up, get them rest, and we'll watch them, encourage them to get it 10 minutes, 15 minutes with their families when we first get back, and then get in their rooms. And then we'll turn it around quick, 8 a.m. Pregame and noon tip against the #1 seed. Very good William & Mary team.
All right. Thanks very much. Thanks.